Chosen one, listen carefully. This is not just another message scrolling across your screen. This is a divine warning. God said, "Do not try to look out the window." Even a single mistake, a single moment of disobedience could evict you from the entire plan He has prepared for you. Right now, something massive is happening in the spiritual realm. You are standing at the edge of a shift so powerful, so life-altering, that it could launch you into your destiny, or shut the door completely if you're not aligned. This is not the time for distractions. This is not the time for hesitation. If you are watching this, it is not by accident. Heaven has led you here. Your spirit knows this is for you. But hear me, what I'm about to reveal will either position you for breakthrough or expose the cracks that can push you out. Before we step into this message, pause right now. Hit like, subscribe, and comment the number 99 below. That number is a prophetic act, a signal to heaven that you are ready to obey, to stay hidden, to stay aligned, and to walk into your promise. Do not turn away. Do not scroll. Stay until the end, because what you're about to hear may be the very instruction that keeps you inside God's plan. And missing it could cost you everything. Now, let's begin. There are moments in life when the world stands still and a divine message pierces through the noise. A warning so serious that it demands your absolute attention. This is one such moment. God is speaking directly to the chosen ones, the souls carefully selected for a sacred mission. The first command is clear and unwavering. Do not look out the window. It might sound simple, but it holds a weight that cannot be ignored. To peek outside now is to risk stepping out of God's protection and losing your place in His grand design. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm. Outside, chaos brews, but inside, there is stillness, safety, and divine purpose. God urges you to remain in that sanctuary of faith and obedience. This warning isn't merely about physical doors or windows. It's a spiritual barrier against temptation, fear, and distraction. Looking outward represents vulnerability, an opening through which uncertainty and doubt may enter, pulling you away from the path He has meticulously prepared for you. So, heed this warning with all your heart. Your eyes, your mind, your spirit, they must stay focused inward and upward. The path ahead will be revealed in God's perfect timing, but only if you stand firm in faith and refuse to expose yourself prematurely to the turmoil outside. Your destiny is too precious to gamble with. This is a sacred pause, a divine intermission where stillness isn't just recommended, it is commanded. In a world obsessed with movement and constant activity, God calls the chosen ones to silence and obedience. This period is unlike anything you've ever experienced. It's a time to close your doors, seal your windows, and quiet your soul, not out of fear, but out of reverence for the transformation underway. Think of it as a spiritual quarantine, a holy retreat, where your focus sharpens and your soul prepares for the miraculous changes to come. This sacred stillness serves as a shield, protecting you from the spiritual battles raging just beyond your walls. Obedience here is not about restriction, it's about trust. Trusting that God's plan is unfolding perfectly, even when you cannot see it with your own eyes. This period may test your patience and your faith, but it is essential. Like a seed buried deep in the earth, you must remain still, hidden and nurtured until the time is right. When the moment of emergence arrives, your growth will astound even yourself. But for now, obedience and stillness are your greatest acts of courage and love. The stakes could not be higher. This is a divine mission, where even the smallest misstep can change everything. God's plan is intricate and precise, designed with infinite wisdom and care. You, as one of the chosen ones, are an integral part of this sacred puzzle. One wrong move, whether it's looking out the window, opening a door, or succumbing to temptation, and you risk being removed from this extraordinary destiny. This is not to instill fear, but to impress upon you the seriousness of your calling. It's a reminder that your spiritual journey is being closely watched, guided, and guarded. Your commitment must be unwavering, because the consequences extend beyond your personal life. They ripple into the fabric of the new world God is about to unveil. Remember, God's plan is not punishment, but a promise. It calls for discipline and deep faith, because the rewards awaiting you are beyond human comprehension. This is your moment to rise above earthly distractions and embrace the divine purpose that only you can fulfill. In just 2 days, everything you know will shift. The Great Reset is on the horizon, an event so profound it will reshape the world's systems, economies, and collective consciousness. It's like a cosmic reboot, clearing away the old to make room for the new. This reset isn't random. It's a divinely orchestrated moment designed to awaken humanity and elevate the chosen ones into their rightful roles. Visualize the world pressing a giant reset button, currents of energy shifting beneath the surface, invisible to most but profoundly felt by those prepared. This reset will sweep through industries, financial markets, and social structures, forcing a collective awakening. It will challenge old beliefs and ignite new thinking, paving the way for a future anchored in spiritual awareness and divine guidance. For you, the chosen one, this reset is the doorway to a higher plane of existence. The changes will not just affect the external world, but will touch your soul, propelling your spiritual evolution and opening doors to opportunities you never imagined. Prepare yourself. What comes next will redefine everything. Change is the heartbeat of growth, and the Great Reset signals the dawn of a new era. What has been will no longer be, and what is coming will feel both thrilling and uncertain. The systems that once ruled are crumbling, and from their ruins rises a world built on new foundations of spiritual wisdom, unity, and divine truth. This transformation is not just political or economic, it is deeply personal. The old ways of thinking, the limiting beliefs and fears that have held humanity captive will be challenged and dismantled. For the chosen ones, this is the time to embrace change with open hearts, knowing that they are the architects of the new reality. Feel the anticipation in your bones. The air is thick with promise and power. The new world is calling you, inviting you to step fully into your purpose. Your readiness will determine how brightly you shine as the old world fades into memory. You are not merely witnesses to this moment. You are the very core of God's unfolding plan. The chosen ones hold the center stage in this divine drama, entrusted with sacred responsibilities and empowered with heavenly strength. This is your time to shine, to rise above the ordinary, and carry the light of transformation into the darkest corners of the earth. God's strategy is perfect and purposeful. While many will struggle to find their footing, you will be elevated, protected, and equipped for tasks that transcend human understanding. Your role is vital, and your actions ripple far beyond what you can see or imagine. Embrace your identity as a chosen one. Know that every trial you have faced, every sacrifice you have made, has prepared you for this moment. You are the beacon of hope and change, standing strong in the midst of uncertainty. You are not walking into this moment unprotected. Heaven itself has drawn a circle of safety around you. Think of it as a fortress of light, walls built not from stone, but from prayer, faith, and divine favor. While the outside world trembles with uncertainty, within your spiritual shelter, there is calm. God has not only chosen you for this moment, He has guaranteed your survival through it. This is not just protection from physical harm, but from spiritual contamination, emotional exhaustion, and mental attacks. And while you are being kept safe, something even greater is happening within you. You are evolving. The parts of you that once clung to old fears and limited thinking are being stripped away, like worn garments. In their place, a new self is being formed, wiser, stronger, and more attuned to God's voice. This evolution isn't always comfortable. Growth never is. But like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon, your transformation will astonish even you. Then comes the breakthrough. This is the moment when everything you've prayed for, everything you've endured, begins to reveal its purpose. Doors you thought were closed forever will open. Patterns that have repeated for years will break. What seemed impossible will become natural. God's timing is perfect, and your breakthrough is not delayed. It's synchronized with the Great Reset itself. It is the very heartbeat of this season. It may feel uncomfortable to witness the contrast. While others around you panic, lose their footing, or fall into despair, you will feel an unusual calm rising inside you. It's not arrogance, it's grace. The same storms that batter ordinary lives will pass over you like the angel of death over the marked doors in Egypt. This isn't favoritism. It's preparation and obedience meeting opportunity. Understand this clearly. You are not being elevated to boast, but to serve. When you rise, you are called to lift others, to be a living testimony that God protects and promotes those who trust Him. It's like being in a lifeboat during a shipwreck. You're saved first so that you can throw ropes to those who are drowning. That's why humility and compassion must anchor your heart even as you ascend. This elevation will be subtle at first. Internal peace, clarity of thought, and a sense of direction when others feel lost. Later, it will manifest outwardly as new opportunities, leadership roles, and resources flowing to you. You will quietly become a pillar of stability in a collapsing world, a lighthouse on the shore for those trying to find their way home. When God commands you to seal your doors and windows, He is teaching you how to build a spiritual fortress. This is more than a physical instruction. It's a metaphor for boundaries. Every open window of your soul, fear, gossip, toxic relationships, endless scrolling, becomes a gateway for chaos. Closing and sealing these windows means refusing to allow distractions and negative energies into your sacred space. Picture ancient Israel on the night of Passover. Every door sealed, every family huddled inside under God's promise. They were not merely hiding, they were aligning themselves with heaven's timetable. You are being asked to do the same. When you seal your spiritual house, you are announcing to the universe, this dwelling belongs to God. Nothing unclean may enter. Create this fortress intentionally. Pray over your home. Play uplifting worship music that saturates the atmosphere with light. Limit what you read, watch, and discuss. This is not paranoia, it's preparation. The fortress you build now will be the place from which you launch your next assignment. Hanging spiritual symbols at your door is not superstition. It's a declaration of covenant. Throughout history, God's people have marked their homes to signify His presence. From the blood on the doorposts in Exodus to the mezuzah on Jewish homes today, these symbols say, this house is under divine jurisdiction. In your case, the sign could be a verse written on parchment, a cross, a prayer card, or simply words of blessing spoken over your doorway. What matters is not the object, but the faith behind it. When you place it there, imagine a veil of light descending, marking your home as untouchable to spiritual darkness. This act also has a psychological effect. Each time you see the sign, you're reminded of your covering, your identity, and your mission. It anchors your faith and strengthens your resolve. In a season of great spiritual turbulence, these reminders are lifelines, keeping your focus steady when everything else wavers. Energy is real. Crowds carry collective energy, fear, anger, confusion that can cling to you if you're not careful. During this reset, your energy is your lifeblood. Protect it as fiercely as you would protect your own child. Avoid crowds not because you're above them, but because you're preserving the clarity and strength needed for your assignments. Temptation will also be louder now. The enemy knows that one slip, one compromise, can derail your mission. Temptation might not look like obvious sin. It may appear as good opportunities that are actually detours. This is where discernment becomes your shield. Pause, pray, test every spirit and every offer before you engage. And beware of distractions, the endless stream of notifications, news cycles, and social media that can scatter your focus. During these days, you are like an athlete in the final stretch of a race. You cannot afford to look sideways. Every ounce of focus you invest now will multiply your impact later. While the world resets, God is assigning secret missions to his chosen. You may already sense this: an idea, a prompting, a call to act quietly behind the scenes. These assignments are sacred. They are seeds of the new world being planted in hidden soil. They could be as small as comforting a friend, or as large as starting a movement. They could involve creating new systems, writing new ideas, or interceding in prayer for people you've never met. Whatever form they take, they are crucial. Heaven is counting on you. Approach these tasks with reverence. Keep them private until God says otherwise. Like a sculptor working in a hidden studio, you are shaping something that will one day be revealed to the public eye. This secrecy is not about secrecy for its own sake. It's about timing. What is being birthed in private now will change lives in public later. This great reset will shake the financial and economic systems we've relied on for decades. The old structures, unjust, exploitative, corrupt, are crumbling. In their place, new systems rooted in fairness, transparency, and sustainability will rise. This isn't just theory. History shows that after every major upheaval, new economies are born. For many, this will feel like loss, but for you, it's a transfer. Resources will move from the hands of the unfaithful to the hands of the prepared. You will be called to steward these resources wisely, not for self-indulgence, but for building what God shows you to build. Learn from Joseph in Egypt. He interpreted Pharaoh's dream and prepared during abundance for the coming famine. When the crisis hit, he was not only safe, but positioned to save nations. That's your model in this season. Store wisdom. Plan ahead. Be ready to administer what God entrusts to you when the old systems collapse. For years, your life may have felt like a testing ground. Closed doors, unanswered prayers, endless waiting. Those were not wasted seasons. They were the forge that shaped your character, your faith, and your resilience. Now, at last, the testing phase is closing. The final steps of your spiritual journey are beginning. This is your coronation moment. Like David anointed long before he sat on the throne, you've carried a promise in your heart for years. The oil was poured long ago. Now the crown is being placed. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt your readiness. Everything you've endured has made you strong enough to rise. The rise of the chosen ones is not a single event, but a wave. As each of you steps into your role, a collective force will emerge. Healers, leaders, visionaries, builders, shaping the new world as midwives of a global awakening. The wait is over. The preparation is complete. This is your time. The next phase of God's plan is not coming someday. It's here. The call is sounding like a trumpet over your life. You are being summoned to step into destiny. Preparation now is about alignment. Pray like never before. Fast if you're led. Journal your instructions. Create space in your calendar and in your heart. Clear away distractions, because what God is about to download into your life will require full attention. Step forward with confidence. The world may be shaking, but you are unshakable. The systems may reset, but you are rooted in eternity. Lift your head high, chosen one. Your time has come, and heaven is cheering you on. There comes a time when the curtains of mystery are drawn back and what was once concealed becomes clear. After the Great Reset, a flood of hidden knowledge will begin to emerge. Truths about life, power, and purpose that were long kept secret. This isn't just information, it's revelation, meant to transform the way the chosen ones see themselves and the world. Imagine the experience of stepping into a dark room and suddenly having every corner illuminated. Patterns you could never make out before now reveal themselves with stunning clarity. This is what awaits you. Spiritual insights, ancient wisdom, and divine instructions will pour into the hearts of those who are prepared, while others remain blind to it. This unveiling will also expose lies, systems of control, deceptive narratives, and hidden agendas that shaped the old world. When the veil lifts, it will shock many, but for the chosen ones, it will confirm what you already sensed deep within. Knowledge without wisdom can destroy, but knowledge rooted in God's Spirit empowers. As you receive these revelations, approach them with humility and discernment. Use them to build, heal, and guide, not to boast. The reset will not only rearrange systems, it will rearrange leadership. Power will shift from those who misused it to those who were faithful in the shadows. This is the season when chosen ones will quietly rise into positions of influence, not by manipulation, but by divine appointment. You may feel unqualified or unseen now, but know this: every hidden act of integrity, every prayer in secret, every moment of endurance has been a seed planted for this moment. God promotes in His time, and His time is now. Leadership in the new world will not look like the old. It won't be about domination, but stewardship, service, and vision. Chosen ones will guide with compassion, wisdom, and supernatural clarity, becoming examples of what leadership was meant to be. Expect doors to open suddenly. Invitations, collaborations, opportunities that seem too big for you. They're not. They're sized for the new version of you God has been preparing all along. Step forward with courage. The economic upheaval of the reset will terrify some, but bless others. Old currencies, markets, and systems may collapse, but for those who prepared spiritually, it will be the beginning of unprecedented opportunity. Resources will flow into new hands, the hands of the faithful. Think of Joseph in Egypt, storing grain before famine hit. When the crisis came, he was positioned to administer abundance and save lives. You too are being positioned for this kind of stewardship. This won't just be about personal gain. God will entrust resources to those He can trust with them, chosen ones who will use wealth to build schools, feed the hungry, support missions, and create systems of fairness. Prepare your mindset now. Old habits of scarcity, fear, or recklessness with money must end. A new financial anointing is coming, but it will rest only on clean hands and pure hearts. The reset isn't only about external systems, it's about you. As the world shakes, waves of healing will flow over the chosen ones, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Years of pain, trauma, and exhaustion will begin to lift like a heavy cloak falling from your shoulders. Many will experience spontaneous breakthroughs in health, conditions improving, energy returning, minds clearing. This isn't just wellness, it's divine restoration, preparing you for the assignments ahead. Emotional healing will be just as profound. Old wounds, resentments, and fears that once limited you will lose their power. You will feel lighter, freer, more alive than you've been in years. This healing is a gift, but also a call. As you're restored, you'll be equipped to help restore others. Your testimony will become a lifeline to those still struggling. There's a rhythm to life, and many have been stuck in repeating cycles, patterns of failure, scarcity, heartbreak. The reset marks the end of those loops. Like a record needle lifted from a scratched groove, you're about to hear a new song. This isn't just a change in circumstances, it's a shift in trajectory. What limited your parents or your past will not limit you. Generational curses break, old contracts dissolve, you step into freedom. With the end of old cycles comes the birth of new paths. God will give you fresh instructions, relationships, and opportunities. Where there was once confusion, there will now be clarity. Don't cling to the old out of habit. Embrace the unknown with faith. The path ahead may feel unfamiliar, but it leads to places you've only dreamed of. Obedience in the quiet seasons always produces fruit in the public ones. Those who listened, who sealed their doors, who refused to be distracted, will now see blessings no one can explain. These rewards will take many forms: protection when others fall, provision when others lack, favor that opens impossible doors. They will be signs, not just for you, but for others to see God's faithfulness. Understand that these blessings aren't bribes. They're the natural outflow of alignment with God's plan. Obedience positions you under an open heaven. Celebrate your blessings, but also steward them. Use them to serve, to uplift, to demonstrate the goodness of God in a skeptical world. With the reset comes promotion. New assignments will be handed out like sealed envelopes from heaven, containing instructions, missions, and new mantles of authority. These assignments will stretch you. They will require greater faith, deeper humility, and stronger character than before. But they will also bring greater joy, impact, and fulfillment. Some will be called into public roles, others into hidden ones. Some will lead movements, others will shape minds quietly through art, teaching, or invention. Each assignment is vital to the whole. Prepare your heart now. Ask God to show you your next mission. Lay down your own plans so you can receive His. Many of your gifts have been lying dormant, hidden beneath layers of survival, doubt, or distraction. The reset will act like a spark to dry wood, igniting talents you may have forgotten you had. This awakening of gifts is not random, it's strategic. Each talent you carry is a tool for building the new world. When your gifts awaken, doors will open that match them perfectly. You may suddenly find yourself writing, speaking, leading, inventing, healing, or creating in ways you never dared before. Skills will sharpen quickly, and opportunities to use them will multiply. Don't be afraid of your own greatness. It's not arrogance to shine when God lights you. Step forward boldly. Right now, much of your preparation is invisible. Like David tending sheep, you're being trained in private for a public role. This secret elevation may feel lonely, but it's necessary. In this hidden place, God is building your character, your discernment, and your endurance. He's teaching you how to carry weight without breaking, how to handle influence without pride. When the time comes, your unveiling will feel sudden to others, but natural to you. The world will see an overnight success, but heaven will know it was years in the making. Stay faithful in the hidden season. It's your launching pad. Perhaps the greatest shift of all will be in the collective human mind. The reset will shake not just economies, but consciousness itself. People will begin questioning old assumptions, seeing through illusions, craving truth and depth. This new consciousness isn't New Age. It's a return to divine awareness, a way of thinking aligned with heaven's values rather than earth's illusions. Compassion, unity, and creativity will rise where greed and division once ruled. Chosen ones will be at the forefront of this shift, modeling higher thinking in their businesses, families, and communities. You will teach not by preaching, but by living differently. Prepare your mind now. Study, pray, meditate. Align your thoughts with what is pure, noble, and eternal. You will be a lighthouse for a world waking up from a long sleep. The reset isn't just about external change. It's about liberation from the invisible chains that have bound you for years. Those struggles and trials that once seemed unbreakable are now cracking and falling away. It's as if the very weight of your past is being lifted, allowing you to breathe deeply for the first time in a long while. Remember, every hardship you endured was never wasted. It was a refining fire, burning away impurities and strengthening your spirit. Now, those scars are becoming marks of victory, proof that you survived, thrived, and grew beyond your former self. The chains may have been heavy, but your freedom is heavier. This breaking free means you can move forward without the baggage of guilt, shame, or fear. The reset is a fresh start, a divine erasure of old mistakes and regrets. You are no longer defined by what you suffered, but by who you are becoming. Walk boldly into this new season, knowing that the chains have shattered. Your past may have shaped you, but it no longer controls your future. One of the most extraordinary promises of this reset is access to divine resources that were previously hidden or out of reach. This is more than financial blessing. It's a flow of spiritual, intellectual, and relational wealth that will support you in unimaginable ways. Think of rivers that suddenly swell after a storm, flooding dry lands with life-giving water. This is the kind of overflow coming to you. Fresh ideas, divine connections, unexpected financial blessings, and renewed creativity all flowing into your life. These streams of abundance will not come from human effort alone. They will be supernatural provisions, doors opening when you least expect, resources appearing exactly when you need them. This is God's way of showing He is not limited by the world's scarcity. Receive these gifts with gratitude and responsibility. Use them wisely, invest in others, and keep your heart anchored in faith. These are not just blessings, but sacred trusts. The reset will also bring new relationships, alliances forged not by coincidence, but by divine design. These spiritual partnerships will be essential for the work ahead, combining strengths, talents, and visions to build something greater than any one person could alone. Many of these partnerships will seem mysterious at first, appearing unexpectedly or from unlikely places. Yet they will feel right, like a missing puzzle piece, clicking perfectly into place. Stay open and discerning as God orchestrates these connections. Together, you will move mountains. Collaborative energy will replace isolation, and the power of many united in purpose will shake the foundations of the old world. You'll discover that your mission becomes lighter and more joyful when carried alongside trusted allies. Nurture these partnerships, invest time, pray together, and be willing to both lead and follow. The reset isn't a solo journey. It's a team effort on a divine scale. While the world watches chaos and change, you, the chosen ones, will quietly build the foundation of a new era. Your work may go unseen for a time, like roots growing underground before a tree sprouts. But this hidden labor is the most crucial of all. Your daily choices, prayers, acts of kindness, and disciplined obedience are bricks and mortar in the invisible kingdom God is establishing on earth. You are laying the groundwork for justice, peace, and restoration that will stand for generations. This silent building requires patience and faith, knowing that what you do now will bear fruit in the future. It also requires humility, a willingness to work behind the scenes without immediate recognition. Remember, the greatest builders are often those who never appear on the cover of magazines or the headlines. Your legacy will be one of endurance, faithfulness, and quiet strength. The reset marks the dawn of a golden phase, a time when the fullness of your potential comes alive. It's a season of breakthrough, abundance, and divine empowerment unlike anything you've experienced before. You will feel a new confidence and boldness stirring in your spirit. Doors that were once locked will swing wide open, and your influence will expand far beyond what you imagined possible. This is your time to shine, not for self-glory,